Look on the
Welcome
back.
everyone. How are we doing today? It is AED&D, The Tales of Barntome. We let's start over. I'm Borg, your host, playing I don't know yet. We have the Man Bear, our untrusted DM, and the one and only Donnie Danger playing Drucilla Greatmore.
Hey.
A lot of stuff happened last time. So we'll have to throw it on over to the Man Bear for a recap because I'm curious on what he says.
Okay, for our recap, we had our raid last week. The infamous raid that everybody was waiting for. Mainly Orc was waiting for. This wave, instead of facing a concentrated group with one big bad, the players, campaigners, adventurers, whatever, they had to face multiple waves of insects who had the ability to climb up and down walls. Now, they kind of sort of pushed back the first wave, but by the time they had just barely finished killing them off, the second wave appeared and started to really push them. At this point, they started to lose a few people, and Sarah Snow, hoping to end it all, decided to run into the shadow, the black fog, shadowy stuff, and chase after the Shadow Man to see if she could find him to end it. During this time, he again offered her the chance to join him, which she promptly turned down, and began to chase him further and further into the fog. Now, while Sarah was doing this, Drucilla was fighting tooth and nail alongside the surviving members of the militia, slowly losing more and more people as she tried her best to stem the tide of the insects. About halfway through the third wave, the big three showed up alongside with Malice and just started wrecking things. Sybil came in and was like a whirlwind of daggers flying from every crevice of her body, some enchanted, some not, piercing the thick chitin in all of the right places for critical hits. And Bylorn, with his magic swordsmanship, just went through, unleashing sonic boom blades and swinging his sword so fast that it couldn't even be seen as he sliced and diced multiple enemies. And Farlight, with her giant mace, and also her power over the earth, smashing multiple enemies at once, and just causing general fuckery. And then Malice coming in, praying to his god, using what seemed like a large amount of power, basically summoned down a holy blast that destroyed all the centipedes and the little mobs, leaving. I don't care if you can't hear the TV. Destroyed all the centipedes and all the little mobs, leaving only the ants and the bigger assassin bugs. No, do not try to turn up the TV. Go sit down on the couch.
Father Man Bear is laying down the law.
Um. So yeah, that happened. After that, Sarah chased all the way to the end of the fog and found out that he was gone and decided to return to the group. When she got back, she told everybody that she was going to find the person who. Sorry. She was going to find the person sending these raids and relayed some of the information that was given to her about this man being basically being the puppet of another, as well as the Chancellor was also another minor puppet to another such as himself, who was still even under control of the one who controls him. And then told them she was leaving. She said her goodbyes, said goodbye to Drusilla, got on her tiger, and rode south west to the mountains to follow up on a rumor that the person causing the raids is down there, and then said if she can, she'll stop the raids. But either way, after this, she's gonna head back home. She needs to see her home again, and that's where we left it.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, that's about where it was. I think this is the first time Drucilla's seen so much carnage on the side that she was on. At least since at least the most since her minion days.
Yeah, you guys survived with very few left. Um, just a second. There we go.
I
We
think
only
that
have
last session
one,
was
two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine left.
And most of them were like on the brink of death, like in agony from poisoning.
We actually did. I know I switched us back to the capital page, but we left off with Drusilla trying to tend some of her guardsmen in the gatehouse, and that's where we're gonna pick it up. Um, as you're there trying to, help some of these guys get up and distribute some of the potions that, well, distribute all the potions that Sarah left for you. Uh, Farlight, Bylorn, and Sybil kind of walk up behind you, and they kind of clap you on the back, and they go, "It was a heavy loss. Just be proud of what you guys managed. They all fought for their city, and though it's sad to see them go, I'm sure they would have been proud to have protected their families."
I'm just I'm still where I was at last session. I'm still a little bit in shock. I'm just like, how can we be proud of any of this? And I just like point out at the battlefield, all of that, all of this, hordes of dead minions. What, to rob the riches of the slums? These people training up for months, getting their hopes up, just to die and wind up in agony? What's to be proud of here?
You actually you touch a chord with some of them, and they kind of hang their head and they go, "You're right. And that's why we gave up. That's why we hid. It was you guys that proved to us that we can fight back. It was your guys' speeches that proved that we need to stand up for ourselves. And though there are heavy casualties today, but that was because for some unknown reason they only attacked your guys' wall. It completely threw all of us. We lost many today, yes, but if this would have happened even 1 month ago, I don't think we would have been able to hold."
I I hang my head. I didn't get your guys' hopes up. That was Sarah. And now she's gone.
Um, do you mean that, or do you just, as a person, not remember some of the stuff you said and did?
She initiated when she shot the arrow that saved the person must be hung. I was keeping
No,
my
no,
head
no,
down
no,
up until then.
no. I'm not asking as Bylorn. I'm asking as your DM. Do you not remember the things you did as Drusilla, especially that first month?
I probably don't remember a lot of the stuff that I initiated.
Okay, so to be completely meta, so you can roleplay your character properly, Drusilla spent a lot of time trying to raise the morale of people. You also spent a lot of time calling the captain a quitter and telling him that he needs to rise up and be better. Uh, to be fair, you wanted him to revolt against the king, but you did spend a lot of time trying to get them to not be quitters.
Okay, okay.
Just
Alright.
to be clear.
So I don't say what I just said. I didn't I didn't know how persistent they would be. Guys throwing so many lives at you guys. I had no idea. I
Uh,
had no idea what made you guys lose hope in the first place.
uh,
Now I
they
see it.
they kind of nod again and they go, yeah. It gets worse. It doesn't get better. It's Bylorn is talking now because he's the only one that really lived this, and he goes, when I was just a recruit in the guard 70 years ago when this started, we pushed back these hordes for months, years even. We fought and we fought, and it always seems to get worse. Drink water. It just always got worse and worse and worse, and it's never predictable. They constantly change things. They shift it up, and eventually it just got easier to hide in our homes. And once we realized that, hiding in our homes lessened the threat at our doorstep, it became just so easy to live in the slums. But now we have hope again because of you guys, because of Malice. I mean, yes, as we've said, this is a heavy hit, but I mean, we could do this. We've got Sarah. She just said she's going to hunt the guy causing this, and I know you're not a hero, they say, and you can kind of hear the sarcasm in their voice. But you've been here the last 3 months on our walls fighting for us, Drusilla, and we appreciate that. That is the mark of a true hero. You here alongside us every time.
I kind of just take some time to ponder it. Again, still, I'm not the quickest of wit right now. Still reeling. I'm like,
Bring me that.
I need to speak to my master for a few moments. This is unprecedented.
You look a little confused when you say master. They kind of look back and forth on each other, and they're like, "Well, we won't be celebrating tonight. Tonight we will be mourning the dead." So, no, the box, buddy. It's underneath the newspapers. So just head back to the inn and get a rest. Thank you for your help today. You were Richard right there on the table, underneath the booklet, the yellow and white box. Yeah, just go back to the inn and rest. See you in the morning. Richard, on top, on top. Hey, on top, right where your eyes are. Yep, that one. Bring me that one.
Okay,
Sorry.
do I see any of the bugs crawling back to their home? Like
No, they've
any
all
that
been annihilated.
all been annihilated?
They've all been annihilated. They've been
All
squished
dead?
in a pulp.
I see the legions of dead minions.
Hey, go to the
That's a
bathroom and get
shame.
a medicine cup.
I see the soldiers patching themselves up. They're probably still in a lot of pain, getting bit, half to death and poisoned.
You did issue out the potions that Sarah gave you that she crafted,
Yep.
so they're not in as bad of shape as they were.
And it's like, guys, I don't. This isn't quite a pep talk, but I want you guys to think very hard about what you want over the next month before you come back to this field.
They kind of smile and they just kind of it's a sad smile, and they nod their heads and they go. You hear one guy kind of chime in, and he goes, "We want to protect our families." And then with that, he walks off. He he slaps everybody else on the back and tries to keep their spirits up a little bit, but he walks off, and you kind of hear, "I'm going to go see my family right now," as he's walking away.
I just kind of nod. I head to the end to speak with Zern. I go to my room. I go to the end. You know,
Okay.
it's kind of weird. Sarah's not here. There's no banter. There's nothing witty. Um, I the innkeep knows what just happened. I just nod at the innkeep. I head to my room. I'm assuming.
Mhm.
I say, Zern, you gave me advice not too long ago. I wish to follow up on that.
You're
You
gonna
said
go in a cave and study magic and hide?
I think that might be the wisest thing to do. I think if I did intend good, I'm only making things worse here. If I wanted to be bad, this isn't the place to do it.
He kind of hems and haws, and he goes, "You, thank you, buddy. Oh, hold on. I don't want to do it that way. Let me think here. I want to play Zern like Zern. Zern's a fucking dickhead. Um, he goes, you didn't cause problems because you intended good, girl. You caused problems because you're a weakling. You're a weakling who depends on others. You need to stand up for yourself and do your own business. Stop trying to be what you're not. Just be you. A weak little girl. Go and hide like a weak little girl, and then you'll stop causing issues."
I don't have a witty retort for him this time. Usually, like I sheathe him or something.
Hmm, I know.
I think I think you're right, Master. I think I need to leave. The heroes here are too strong to overthrow, and even they're overwhelmed. Whoever's attacking this place is not afraid to throw thousands of minions into the flame for whatever it is he's after. I'm still not sure.
Yes, buddy.
I
I don't really want to name your little kitty buddy. I do want you to drink more water, though. Then name him yourself, buddy. Daddy does not want to name him.
I need to leave this place. I need to
You need to hide and cower like a little girl. That's what you need to do.
no. No, not hide, not cower. Grow stronger, like you said. If I'm going to follow your path, I need to grow power. I need to find the other members of the circle. They're not they're not here. There's nothing but death here. Death and shame. And Sarah's not here either. I'm going to leave this city. I'm going to hide. I'll keep my head low. I'm not going to toil in the affairs of others. It only leads to death on all sides. I need to focus on what I want. Hmm.
I really don't have anything to say for Zern at this point, to be honest. He's just kind of like, you're you're gonna die, girl. If you do not go and hide and study and become strong, you're going to die.
What I just said, isn't it?
No, you said you're gonna go lay low. It's not the same thing as hiding. What you need to do is get yourself some books on magic, go in a cave, and not leave that cave for several decades.
Okay. Hold on. Where would I even get books from?
He kind of shrugs. Goes, "It's not my problem."
Okay, well, that's the first problem. Maybe if there's some library or town. Hold on. She's Zern. Maybe I'll talk to you later.
Oh
I'm just
yeah,
gonna go out.
that whole conversation was like at the. Yeah, never mind.
I'm gonna rest for the night. I'm not gonna take a long rest. I mean, like, I'm gonna rest long enough to heal up and get my mana back.
You're at the end, man.
Oh,
Like I don't know what you're trying to do here. Like you want to be up super early or something?
no. Okay. I am gonna take a long rest.
Okay. So
But when
you
I
rest.
wake up, you know, uh, I just want to get some sort of information, see if there's any, I'm gonna ask about town when I wake up.
Okay. So you go and you rest, and when you wake up, just like every other month, there's the big three plus Malice are around the table, and they're waiting for you. Obviously, they
Okay, I head to the table.
you do so. As you sit, yeah, the innkeeper brings you some food, and they all kind of look down a little bit. Even Malice looks down, and he looks to you, and he goes, "I know we have our issues, Drusilla, but it must have been hard losing your men. I'm sorry I was not there earlier to assist you. I regret the loss greatly."
Yeah, me too. Um, change of subject, guys. You guys don't happen to know of any renowned libraries outside these city walls?
They go, "Well, we used to have the Academy for Magic here in town, but that was raided long ago."
So I remember I wanted to study there and I couldn't get in before. Anyways, it was rated long ago.
Was,
So,
which is weird that you say you wanted to study there since it's not old enough to have even known it existed.
yes, I know. There's no way it could have been a thing.
Yeah, could not have. Very confusing. But yeah, that got raided a long time ago. The books and everything were either sold or burned or stolen. Um, I'm sorry, we have no leads in that department.
Is there any collective that could have particularly sought these books and acquired a majority of them?
Um, Bylorn speaks up, having basically been the only one that was alive at the time, and he goes, "Sadly, I don't know. We were so busy trying to defend from the raids and keep everybody alive that we weren't paying attention when the college was raided. Some people say it was an inside job that, somebody who was a student there decided to take everything and run."
Well, it's hard to follow up on. Are there any renowned libraries outside of the grand one that was raided?
Well, we really don't know much more about outside town. We spent the last several decades holed up in our houses. Uh, I mean, there's the Lizard Town. Everybody's heard their rumors of them growing. Richard, drink water. Um, we've all heard of their growth, but you just went there not too long ago, didn't you? You would have seen if there was a library there.
Pretty sure there was actually. We were only there one night. We had things to do.
Well, you could always try there. There's also the great trade city we told you about last month before you guys decided to stay here to the northeast where the mountains meet the ocean. Great city has kind of cropped up. They grew quickly and seemingly out of nowhere.
Seriously?
Yeah, Bylorn again is speaking up. Yeah, when we were getting raided, they would send us supplies, but it seemed like every time they sent us something, they somehow grew even faster than we were shrinking. Like they were profiting from our losses, even though they were at the same time giving us supplies.
You guys never even sent a small inquisitory force? Just a
Anybody who left the city after the raid started has not returned. The only one brave enough to make the journey is that merchant Red, and she only does so because her family basically orders her to.
name of the city.
I don't know. I didn't make one.
New cropped up city. All right.
I am stinky at naming things, so I tend to not do it until the last second.
You'll have plenty of seconds to come up with one because I think I know where I'm going. Um,
Before you decide where you're going, um, the Farlight chimes in. She goes, "You could always go to the southeast and chase after Sarah and see if you can catch up with her and help her banish whatever is causing these raids, and then maybe After that, you could search the ruins of the academy and see if you can find any hints. Now it's probably far too dangerous for you to search in there.
Far
With
too dangerous to search in there even when she left. The worst decision she's ever made.
they shrugging. She goes, "Oh, I can't really comment on her decisions." But Malice chimes in and goes, "My God has sensed disturbances to the north as well. Um, he doesn't know what it's tied to or what's causing it, but there seems to be multiple disturbances to the world up there." And Sybil chimes in that she would love for you to stay for another month, and maybe you can regroup and find some more information while you're helping them rebuild.
You said Sarah's to the southeast?
Yep. Singer went southeast.
Disturbances to the north?
Hmm.
Mysterious city blooming between the mountains and the ocean.
Well, already bloomed. It was blooming during the raids. During the raids 70 years ago.
Well, I'm leaving town, guys. One way or another, I have to break it to you. I might follow Sarah's trail for a while, but I've already been doing that for a while, and you guys already know that. I think I might have to cut ties with her if I don't find her. Things look too bleak. I'm not getting my nose into too much more trouble. I've learned the hard way. It doesn't work out for me.
They all kind of sigh, and Farlight steps up, the one you've been fucking with and trying to call master and all that. And she puts her hand on your shoulder and goes, "Look, girl, I don't know how you got so fucked up in the head, but you're a good person, and I'm glad you were here to help us. If you come through again for the next raid, we would appreciate your help again. But you're right. You need to go out and figure out who you are. Because right now, you're just a big fuck off mess."
I just nod. I'm just like, I start grabbing my things, just like, uh, Malice, hey, no hard feelings. I just fucking hate your god. I grab my shit. I start to head out. Yeah, unless anybody wants to say anything to me, I just wanted to give
Oh, I
Malice.
was I was typing something. Malice goes, kind of chuckles. He goes, "It's funny that you hate him because he's told me several times that you're actually good for this world. And though you may not believe me, my God believes in you. Why do you think I haven't struck you down for your insolence several times over?"
Because I always get away in the end. I close the door and leave. Oh, and I stop laughing immediately because it hurts to part ways.
Yeah. So where are you going?
I'm gonna head southeast for a while, see if I see any settlements or anything that I can get clues for Sarah. Eh, And if things look a little dicey, I'll see if there's any interesting word about what's going on up north or about the city to the I'm gonna start trying to follow up on leads on Sarah though. Since you want to know where I'm beginning.
You're heading southeast.
Yep.
That's what I want to know. Okay, so hmm, I gotta think here.
You gave me so many directions to go. I wasn't expecting that.
Well, yeah, I did every month. I did last month too. I gave you guys 4 rumors to follow up on, and you chose to stay in town. It's the same thing here. No, I'm just trying to figure out, bringing in a new character, how I want to do this.
I did say, I was expecting to change course as soon as I got any news about Sarah. It's
Hey
where I'm
guys,
starting.
time out real quick. Do either of you guys want a free Steam game?
What you got?
I don't know. My buddy jumped in the chat, so he's got a bunch of keys. I'll take number 5. No, 17. Give me 17.
I haven't been on Steam for a while.
Lucky number 7.
3.
I mean, if you want, Steam chat works.
Okay. Um. So as you're heading for the Eastern Gate, which is the gate managed usually by the big three, right now it's got a token guard on it. Um. You see a guy reading a book. Um. How should I describe him? I'll describe him like his picture looks. Doop 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 doop. So there's this guy sitting out just inside the city. He's got this book open in his hands, and he's frantically reading it. He's got tan skin, blue markings all over his body, and curled ram's horns coming off his head. He's definitely not somebody you've seen in this city. Like, you've been here for over a month and a half now, time wise. You know pretty much everybody here.
Hold on,
This guy is definitely strange.
hold on. I cut out. I didn't hear anything. So I walk out the gate, and the first thing I see is somebody reading a
No,
book.
you're not out the gate yet. As you're heading for the eastern gate, you see a very strange looking man sitting reading a book. Like, his face is just buried in this book as he's scanning along, reading it. He's a tan man with blue markings all over his body and curled ram's horns coming out of his head. Um, you can tell, because you've been here for the last like month and a half, that this guy is new. He's not somebody you've ever seen in this city before. He's definitely unique. But I'm going to be honest here. Right now, the sense of mood you're in isn't the sense where the first thing you would do is, go say hi to the new guy. I'm not
Oh
trying to
no.
force that. I'm just setting the situation where here's this really weird fucker sitting there reading a book. You can choose to talk to him or not. But you just see him sitting there. That's all.
As I'm heading to get a horse because I mean that's what I've been doing when I want to explore about outside of town. I just say should leave this place, stranger.
That's actually a pretty good line for how you're feeling right now. So, Bork, you're sitting there. You just got to the capital, so from the history you've read. I'm not going to go too far into your backstory unless you want me to tell it. I'll leave it up to you. This is where he was seated, though. So as you get into town, the guards just let you through. You can tell there's a lot of tension in the air right now. It feels like some people are walking around with pep in their step, but a lot of the guards and the more militaristic people are really downcast. There's a strange kind of tension in the air. As you get into the city, you sit down and you go. The first thing you do is you open your book. You're looking for a hint, a clue, whatever to find your goal. As you sit down to read, and you've been reading for a little bit, you hear out of nowhere as you barely paying attention, you kind of just hear almost like a whisper in your ear. What Donnie Danger obviously just said: "You should leave here, stranger." And then as you hear that, you see Drucilla, which I'm not going to describe her. You see her walking past, and you can kind of tell she's the one who said this to you.
Oh, oh, why? Hello, miss.
As I'm about to head up to the cashier, the horse broker, I just turn around, just like, hi,
I, I,
and
I'm sorry. You said I should leave. What happened here? I'm I'm I'm
eh,
I'm looking, for something, but like I came in here and I'm getting an odd feeling from this area.
throw a nickel to an orphan, a copper to an orphan. You'll learn everything you need. Nothing good.
Okay. Interesting. 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 Hmm.
Are you coming into town or are you leaving? I can't tell.
Oh. Sorry. Yeah, I was on the road. I just got here. I'm actually looking for something. But so I'm probably just, you know, in here to have a seat and I'm on my way. It was just the direct path from the sea, the middle of this continent that I'm supposed to be looking.
Well, I was just patting my pockets. You know, I'm almost always like running out of money, so I'm just like, you want to split cab? Are you heading southeast by any chance?
I go maybe let me check. Um do I remember anything in the book that refers to like the southeastern direction?
You do know that the mountains are mentioned heavily, especially the eastern mountains.
I thought east
You
was the ocean.
Yeah, sorry. Southwest. I've been stating it wrong the entire time. Sarah went southwest towards the mountains. That's my bad. So either way, um, my lack of sense of direction wrong. The way you guys are heading would be southwest, not southeast. So you understand. You remember that the western mountains are mentioned heavily as the home of one of the creatures you're looking for. Again, I don't want to go too far into your backstory unless you
You already said
specifically
more than
want me
you
to.
needed to.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, but I'm trying to be detailed here.
I was just looking for like, yeah, there's something in the southwest direction. Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, there is.
um it wasn't my first choice, but I could go to the southwest.
I take a sigh of relief. Phew. Okay.
What why are you headed there? If I don't mind, if you don't mind me asking.
Just somebody I knew passed that way. I just wanted to see if I could catch their tail before they went too far.
Well, I mean, I'm not here. I don't have any current leverage or anything, but I will. I maybe could accompany you if you help me in what I'm looking for.
Wait a minute. Excuse me? We're just talking about splitting cab fare here. What do you need help with?
Oh, I don't need to split cab fare. I was I just thought you wanted some company, or you needed some help, which it worked out because I myself could use some help, which is why I came into a town to see if I could get some help.
Okay, I'll bite. What do you need help with?
I am looking for DM, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm looking for 10 landmarks in that or no, 4 landmarks in that direction.
Yeah, 4 is the correct answer. Yeah. Yeah, there's yeah.
I have to I was sent on a quest and I have to interact with these landmarks in a very specific way.
Care to elaborate?
Uh,
Ever is nosy Drucilla.
what was that?
Whatever is nosy Drucilla.
Uh, I I respond, you know, I would elaborate if I could.
Intriguing. Needs to interact with certain monuments. CERN, could this be the key to Magic's Untold? Knowledge hidden behind the ages of the past?
I have to double check it. When you talk to Zern, do you actually talk out loud or do you talk in your head?
I talk out loud.
Yeah, he can mentally talk, but usually he chooses to talk out loud.
Okay, that just so I know how to roleplay it. I always I forgot.
Zern rolls his eyes. Like, he doesn't actually have eyes, but you can feel like the sheer amount of just annoyance rolling off of him that you even asked that question.
I chime in. I'm like, I'm sorry. Is there someone else here?
Oh, no, don't you worry yourself about that. I think out loud sometimes.
Okay. I should have done this right. Oh no, never mind. I'll wait. I go uh you know, talking to yourself out loud is not a real, crazy thing to do. I myself do it from time to time. Some people have said, some people a long time ago, some people have said
There's no water.
it's a sign of intelligence.
That train of thought.
You,
It is a sign of intelligence.
you were muted, I think, at the beginning.
Oh, I say I like that train of thought. It is a sign of intelligence.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, but then, a lot of other people may have thought those people were crazy, but whichever side of the coin you're on.
Too often, a fool looks at a genius and sees crazy. Okay, well, since this looks like something we're gonna do, what's your name?
Okay, at this point, I stand up, and in front of you is like a 6'4", like half dragonborn, half human. Um, I don't know where we are, so otherwise I'd put my picture on it. Um, he
About right here.
where? Oh,
Not like Downey Moose's character ever, anyway.
well, I
Uh,
mean, you could vote. Um,
I don't know where we are.
so yeah, in front of you, you see someone, you know, kind of like a ripped shirt, but it's, buttoned like not even halfway up, like to the bottom of the chest. Kind of got like a adventurer's cloak to help like for concealment and just warmth or whatever. Some tattered pants behind some like odd looking leather. I'm assuming leather. I don't know. Um,
I haven't gone through your kits yet, so we haven't made anything up yet.
like so some light. I'm assuming light armor and some nice boots. kind of the horns coming out the top. You know, part of the skin is like human, but it's accentuated. Like the other half is dragon scales. So he stands up, stands taller than you, and bows down, and he goes, "Oh, I'm Kromtek Dralasar, and you might be."
I just like see you. You're like almost a full foot taller than me. I'm just like, I'm Drucilla Gravemore. I'm Drucilla Gravemore,
What,
uh,
buddy?
Dark Lord Apprentice.
Well,
I
it's
repeat myself.
very nice to meet you, Drusilla, Miss Drusilla the Apprentice.
No, it's Dark Lord Apprentice. You know, like I'm coming a dark.
Yeah, but you're still an apprentice,
Yeah, I
apprentice
guess
of a Dark Lord. Yes.
not untrue. Okay, fine. Just call me Drusilla.
Okay, Drusilla, it is.
Can I call you Prom? No, that sounds bad. I'll call you Prom Tech.
Prom tech. It's a K, not a P.
I said Prom Tech.
You keep saying prom. It's
That's my
crom.
mic. That's my mic.
Oh,
I am I am saying Prom Tech.
It literally sounds like you're
it
saying
sounds like
prom tech.
yeah,
I
like
I am saying it with a P. It's my
it's a
mic.
K.
It's a K.
Prom Tech?
Yes.
K.
Oh.
Hold on.
Okay, well it was you
Okay,
guys that
Google.
was sounding like you were saying it with a P then.
Stop.
You're crazy.
Okay, Crom. Can I call you Crom then?
Okay, there we go. Prom, tech, either one. They both work in a pinch.
Alright, Crom. Uh can I take a look at that map of yours, see where you have these statues jogged down?
What map?
You don't have a map? Who sent you on this quest?
I. That is a very good question. But no, I do not have a map. I don't even know what these landmarks look like. I don't
Are
even
you
know where
fucking
they are. I've been sent on this quest, and part of finding these is the trials.
what trials?
The trials to get stronger, you get put on tests. I thought this was a common thing. Like, you get tested to unlock greater power, to unlock greater strength. Like, you go through some tests.
Com people around here get tested until they quit and give up. That's common. What you're doing, I've never heard of.
I mean, I'm not from around here, so sure.
Do you have a direction in mind? Do you have any leads whatsoever?
Ah, yes. That I can give you a definite answer for. And you see him start flipping through this book. And he goes, I actually have 4 directions or 4 leads.
All right.
I can go to the north, to the south, to the east, or to the west.
Very general. Great. Let's head south.
Uh, I mean, you interrupted me before I finished. These are all directions starting from the city. Like, this city is the center of this island, continent, whichever you want to call it. I have to. It's the 4 directions starting from here that I should find these landmarks along the way if I'm headed that direction.
I'm sure if there is anything south of here, the cab driver will be aware of it. If not, maybe we'll spot it on the way south. In the meantime, let's split fair. If we see one of your landmarks or catch a lead on it, we can investigate. But south is a very general guideline.
Hey, I feel a little um how do you say uh okay, I
Little?
actually forgot the word. I feel a little irritation coming from you, and I don't understand. You asked me a question and I provided you with an answer. Was my answer not up to the standards of what you were expecting?
That's one way to put it. I just got back from a very long day. I I was coming out of town, expecting to just mosey out, and here you are, giving me a glimpse of hope that something interesting could lie in the future, and it just happens to be like one of those fortune suites where it's just very vague and it could mean anything.
Uh there was a lot to that. I know it's early and it's the day after the raid, right?
It's the day after, yes.
I know very it's still morning, but if you're tired, like we still could stay here and relax for it. I just got off a boat yesterday. So I mean I could go, I could stay. But the other half of that I missed. I remembered, but then I forgot. Yeah, I'm just looking for someone to help me out who's more familiar with this area that could maybe point out what's odd. So I mean, if you don't want to join me, then that's fine. I'm being straightforward with you on what I know. That's about it.
Well, here, let me be straightforward with you. You want to know what's interesting around here? There's a lot of minions attacking this place constantly every month. Who controls them? Nobody knows. And they don't stop. They never stop. They arrive in a giant fog. People around here die until they give up. And there's a king in the city somewhere who knows what he does. This just isn't a place you want to be. So that's all the information you need to know about this city.
I
Since you
I I,
wanted to know.
I appreciate that. I mean, I never had any intention of staying here, but I appreciate that you provide me this information. So I would look to stay at a different location if I'm trying to settle down for a couple nights.
Since we're both satisfied with this place, I suppose. You want to split fair and head south? You might catch a glimpse of your totem. I might find news of my friend.
Ah, sure. I mean, uh, sounds better than just going on horseback. I suppose I could muster up a few coins.
I just I take a sigh. I'm like, sorry, I don't mean to be so blunt. It's just been a very long couple of days.
You do seem very on edge. I think that's right. You do seem very on edge. Like you've had the not best of time, or something's bothering you. Is it an internal conflict? Hmm.
Listen, you're not my therapist. I just didn't want you to feel too bad about the way I was talking.
I was gonna say those last two were kind of like thinking out loud, but I mean you could hear it. So
Okay, so let's talk to the cabbie.
I um well, all right. You're familiar with this area. So I'll let you lead because I don't know where I'm going.
Curious. You're a strange fellow. Anyways, I head to the cabbie.
That's not something nice to say to someone you just met, is it?
Not a mean thing to say either.
I mean, I mean, right back at you then.
Mm. So strange. Anyways, cabbie.
Yeah,
Um,
So
two.
you said we're going
Uh,
to the south gate then? We're in south?
you're at the east gate. Or the west gate, sorry. Again, my shit's all jacked up. You're still over here.
Yeah, that's what I
Um,
was saying. He said we're going south. So I went to the south
yeah,
gate.
but you're going southwest. But you don't need to go all the way to the south gate.
okay.
I think he just kept saying south because he forgot what he originally said he wanted to do, which was southwest to chase after Sarah.
Yeah, I just kept saying south because what he wanted was south. What I wanted was southwest.
Well, he's got something in each of the polar directions, north, south, east, and west.
All right.
But either way, so you're heading southwest, so you're at the western gate. The coachman, not cabbie, we're in rural places, man. This isn't the city. Um, the coachman looks at you and goes, "How can I help you?"
Looking to split fare. Two going south or southwest, wherever the nearest settlement is.
And he goes, "Well, if we go directly south, you go to the Lizardman territory. We don't take you all the way down there. We have a village in the middle where we drop off passengers and their coachmen pick up passengers. They're pretty particular about their people visiting. If you want to go southwest, um, we really don't have much out there. We have an outpost close to the mountains, so we don't go that far. I can take you directly west to a small settlement that's just outside the raided territory. They get by mostly on wild game on the prairies, and then you could head southwest from there, essentially taking the same place. Um, if you want to streamline either south or southwest, then I recommend you rent yourself your own horse and leave mine be.
After hearing all that, I'm just like, remember what you said, Drusilla. Stay out of trouble. Okay. Southwest danger. Danger bad. Go south then.
So you guys are changing to go south then.
Yep.
Um, okay, so you're heading towards the Lisbon territory. He goes, like I said, we've got a settlement we meet halfway. Um, I can get you there probably a gold piece each, so 2 gold altogether.
It's not a group discount.
I charge per passenger.
I confidently like dig around and I'm like, oh, the I hand him the gold piece. I'm like, do you know by chance how much renting a steed would be?
Well, we really. Sorry, we don't have many to spare nowadays due to the raids. Honestly, we kind of ate a good chunk of them. Thank you. Um, when we needed food. My horse is some of the few left. I think the guard post has a few left as well. You two are, well, not you two. This one here, this little lady, she's one of our local heroes, so I'm sure she could get a horse pretty cheap. But that would require bringing it back in a couple weeks' time, so we have it for when we need it.
Yeah. That's not on the schedule for now. I just I say try not to look too awkwardly at the cabbie. Yeah. The coachman.
There you go. Yeah, it looks fine. Thank you. Um, so you're gonna pay the gold for the coach, or you? What?
I'll pay the gold for the coach. So much for splitting fair, but don't plan on bringing back a horse.
Yeah, I know personally myself, I would not be headed back here that quickly. If I ever come back to the city, I might.
The coachman looks at Drucilla when she says she doesn't plan on being back, and he goes, "It's sad to hear that you won't be back for the raid. You've been a great help to us, girl. We appreciate it. Sadly, I still got to charge you. I got to feed my family. I'm not a fighter." So he takes your gold coin. He goes, "I'll do my best to make sure your ride is as comfortable as can be, and I'll do what I can to make sure we avoid all the no bad areas. Have you there quick and safely."
Have you have you heard anything about Sarah? I just asked like bluntly right after his little goodbye.
He goes, "I'm not well known for my information hunting. All I know is what I've heard, and that she rode off to find the guy who's sending these monsters after us. You probably know more than I do about that. I just heard she was gone. I hope she succeeds, and I wish her the best."
Uh, all right, all right. Well, thanks. We're which way to the coach?
Just outside the gate.
All right, thanks.
Oh, okay. So I know this was not one of our longer sessions, though it wasn't necessarily a short session either. About an hour. But we're gonna call it there.
I liked
Before
it.
we get too much farther, me and Bork need to hash out some details about his new character, which I will make sure to get done before our next session next week. Um,
Yeah, I
for my close,
may have
go
had
ahead.
too much work to do, so I didn't quite finish it.
Understandable. For my closing statements for this week, we got Sarah and Drusilla both seem to be abandoning the game capital, but I say abandon, but I don't really mean abandon. They're
In
just
part,
leaving. Um, but they have done a lot of work and have set capital on the right way to get its footing. And depending on whether Sarah succeeds or if Drusilla decides to take her newfound companion and search out the cause of the raids, we'll see. Other than that, we have this mysterious, well mannered man who seems to be a quarter dragon and three quarters human. Um, some strange book and some general knowledge about clues that he's got to find. We'll see where everything goes and how they're gonna mix. I can already kind of sense a bit of tribulation between the two, so we'll see how this goes.
just enough to get Drusilla's attention. It's just like there's like a Family Guy. Anything could be in the box. Anything.
Yep. Yep. Hope to see you guys next week. Hope you enjoy it. Pretty soon, we will be. I want to say 2, maybe 3 weeks from now, we'll be switching over to our good friend Donnie Danger's campaign, our powerless campaign, as it's called.
It's superheroes, super villains, superpowers.
Oh yeah,
It's anything but powerless.
we are switching over.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, not too
On
long.
top, sorry. On top of that, we also have a special. What are we doing? Is it a stream or are we doing a YouTube video for
No,
Saturday?
it'll be just broke up into YouTube videos.
YouTube video. And we'll be doing a special YouTube video on Saturday where you will have Bork, Donnie Danger, and myself all together in one room playing a module from 5e. I believe Bork will be running the module, and me and Donnie Danger are going to be rolling up some new characters. Though this is a one-time thing, we're not adding another campaign to our already long list of campaigns.
Yeah, it's gonna be a vicious setup, but
Yeah.
Should be fun.
I think that about covers it.
That's about it.
I mean, you say that even though like this episode isn't gonna be live for like another couple weeks.
Yeah. You got a point there. Whoops.
All the scheduling stuff. It's easy to get lost.
Yeah, I get lost all the time. Anyways, see y'all, everyone. I hope you enjoy my character because I had fun coming up with the design of it.
I'm still trying to figure out what your character's
Good.
whole thing is.
That's fine by me.
You just got Drew like scratching her head. She's like, "Oh, you got this grand quest. Where do you want to go? Oh, northeast, southwest." And she's just like, "What the fuck?"
So, until next time, everyone on the interwebs, this is Bork, and see you later.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,